It's an honor to be able to read, and appreciate the magazine. I think it's a good example of the things that a community can do in terms of influencing literature, publishing folks, and of a high quality. You guys are blessed to have a community that can balance both. It's a really beautiful thing. So the first poem is a poem that's in this issue. It's called Broken Glass. Hope is Billie's voice raised to the tone of perfection so that you know she floated just outside of the range of the melody to say things be that way sometime. Almost all the time if you come from where I'm from. Sometimes you dream money and wake up with pennies. Other times you dream peace and wake up at war. Blackbirds in the trash on Sunday. Organs medicate mourning for preaching. Bad boys roll over, liquor breath in their beds, shake their head at last night, shoving sheets between their legs. A cold winter morning has hope frosted on the windows. Write your name in it. Steam out of a tiny cup. Nothing lasts forever. All disappears. Cold will win against heat until some fool thinks to sing, I love you. I was loved. This is what you have done to me. Heartbreak is about eternal resurrection. Thin spirit, crackheads wandering in the early morning or late at night. What difference does it make? Billie's voice blowing, its changing geometry. A body waves like a flag, shook by wind, holding on, blown away. Okay, and this is another poem. It's about Billie Holiday, and I guess with music in particular, I write mostly about my mother and my father, my family, my children. I have 3 children, 2 in college, so they're graduating out of the house. My wife and I are trying to figure out what we're getting ready to do. Besides argue with each other, right? But growing up, my mother taught me a lot about reading. My mother's an avid reader, but she taught me a lot about reading, and then she would also always instruct me to listen to certain African American jazz vocalists if she wanted me to really learn something. And so Billie is one, and then the other person, if you guys haven't listened to or you're not familiar with her, Abby Lincoln, who is just, it's absolutely unbelievable. But when my mother was really serious, she would be like, you have to go listen to this. And with Abby, what she did is, when my first 2 children were born, my wife and I had spent about 2 years holed up in the house just doing the early parenting thing. And she made an arrangement for us to have a babysitter because Abby Lincoln was in town and she wanted us to go see her, Yeah, so it was really nice, yeah. Okay, so this is another poem about Billie Holiday and my mother. My mama said, listen to Billie. It wasn't a commandment. When does the request come to gather what we don't understand? The beautiful pain in a song. What I love about spring. One bird who comes near Easter. I first heard after my business died. His call doesn't fit this language. He has his own meter. Like my mother. You gotta listen to this. Don't worry. Just listen. Learn. To love. She's pictured with that lily in her hair. But she's so sad. You could say my mother worships her. But that's blasphemy. The song seeping out of her lungs. Drugs. blasphemy, a voice of despair is still beautiful. I too sing the blues, smoke a little, drink too much, listen to that music.